Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So you should have gotten last a video about subluxations, what they are, and how they're affecting your body. So this week, we're actually going to touch on how those subluxations actually happen. So we call them the 3 T's. So we have trauma, toxins, and thoughts. So trauma is the physical things that happen in our lives, right? So we oftentimes will mention car accidents, falls down the steps, things that aren't necessarily thought about. Could be if you carry your child on one hip all the time, or a bag on the same shoulder, if you carry your wallet in the same back pocket. All of those things are going to be everyday micro traumas that are also still building and wearing and tearing on your body, rather than just one big impact like a car accident. Okay, so a lot of times people will come into the office and say, I don't know what happened, or I don't know what I did. I bent over to tie my shoe. So bending over to tie your shoe is not what caused the subluxation to occur. The subluxation was building up to that point to where the 60% of the nerve was actually cut off. The bending over, tweaking in the wrong way was just the last straw. Okay, that started to signal the pain receptors that had been subdued for so long. Okay, so pain is the first thing to go away, but it's the last thing to develop. So we don't ever want to base how we're feeling on how we're actually functioning. So that is trauma, physical traumas. Another big one that we like to touch on is birth. Because we are a pediatric and prenatal office, birth is a beautiful thing. However, it is also very traumatic on your body, both for mom and for baby. Okay, so it is important to make sure that you're getting checked, you're getting your families checked, your children checked, so that it doesn't turn into these subluxations that have been with us for 10, 20, 30 plus years before we seek out a chiropractor. Okay, and make sure that our nervous system is functioning the way that it's supposed to. The next T is toxins. Okay, so toxins are everything that we put into our body. So chemicals. So what we're choosing to put into our body as far as the food that we're eating, what we're choosing to drink. So if you learn that you should shop on the outside of the grocery store rather than inside, try to avoid those processed foods and the sugars. So those are really going to be good tips and tricks that we'll learn, because ultimately, when you're putting negative things into your body is going to manifest things negatively as well. Okay, so even the air that we're breathing, so a lot of times you might find that you're sensitive to certain smells, to whenever the air quality is bad, you start to get things like headaches. Those are all your body's way of showing you that something is wrong within the nervous system and that a subluxation is occurring. And then finally, of course, we have thoughts. So if you remember from that very first video where Dr. Carly and I were together talking to you about our passion and what got us into chiropractic and made us the chiropractors that we are today, you'll know that the thoughts component is one of my most passionate of the 3 T's, because I fully have seen firsthand how chiropractic can calm the nervous system and bring us out of that fight or flight state and allow us to rest and recover and be able to function better. Okay, so thoughts, stress is at an all-time high. I talk about a lot of times in the office how this is that posture where our shoulders come up towards our ears whenever we're stressed, tightens those muscles. We start to get headaches, we start to get tension, soreness, and it's not really explained other than the fact that you have deadlines at work, you have screaming kids at home, you have a death in the family, you have all sorts of things. There's definitely a lesser end of the spectrum and a higher end of the spectrum, but we are here to make sure that those stressors are not affecting your life negatively. Okay, so those are the 3 T's. Hope you learned something from today. And another fun fact then that you get to learn about me is that I was on a mission trip in chiropractic school. So it was a chiropractic mission trip, and we went to Haiti. So that was one of the very first defining moments in chiropractic that I was able to really physically see the benefit of how I was helping other people in the world that aren't as lucky as us to have chiropractors on every corner of the street.